Today on Arcane City.
If we go to Anwar with Mr. Bardot and a few of those guys downstairs, but with you and you and you as my main generals, we can take out the entire army.
They've gone through a blood rift portal, and they've arrived back at the bottom of Solst. You guys searched around for a while, didn't find anyone, and finally, you heard the lift coming down, banging, hitting the ground, and then somebody walking off, and that is where we begin now. You guys are watching that lift to see who or what is going to come out, and all of a sudden, you see these two smaller figures. You saw one, and then one comes up behind it and looks around. The figures are probably hard to see from here. 4 feet tall, 4.5 maybe. They seem to be looking around. You guys are out of earshot. You can't whisper to each other.
We can't hear them, though, right?
If they're talking, whispering, you can't hear. They're far enough away. But you can talk to each other quietly right now. So right now they seem to be looking around just like this.
And we can't identify their species or...
They're humanoid.
Humanoid.
Yeah.
They look short. We should, what do you think? We gotta get on that lift. We gotta get out of here.
Yes, we should try and sneak up on those two, I think. Find out who they are. And if we need to, we'll take them out.
All right.
Maybe we should just avoid them altogether. If they leave that area where the lift is, we just jump on the lift and...
Yeah, but maybe they can tell us what's going on or where we are.
Perhaps.
All right. I'm going to go out. I'm going to dazzle them with conversation. And then, if that doesn't work, save me. All right?
Okay.
Fear not.
We've got you back.
Nice. All right. I step out towards the figures.
So you step out from where you are, just a few feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hands out to my sides, trying to be as non-threatening as possible.
Okay.
And I try hello, friends.
So you say hello, friends. I imagine loud enough where you think they can hear you.
Yep.
They turn and look over, and they just start walking over to your area.
All right. I approach them. Again, slowly, unthreateningly.
You approach. You guys stay where you are. Are you hidden?
I think...
You're not there, right?
I'm going to say that I would...
to remind the audience that Dan is not here right now. Dan and Bardot have not come through the portal yet, so it's just...
Still in the blood rift.
The three of these guys. And you have also Maya with you, and you have Headley with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to stay out of sight, but I also don't want to let...
You'd have to be in sight. If you're either going to let yourself be seen and move closer, or stay hidden. Because the way it's just a hallway, they're going to see you. They're looking right at your area. So hidden or walking up?
Stay hidden.
No, stay hidden.
Just like a knight would do.
Well, I'm out there.
I'm just kidding.
When they start attacking him, I'll go out there.
Right.
I'm just
we'll
trolling
be there.
you.
We said we have his back.
A few stab wounds later, we'll be there.
Okay. You walk up. You walk up, and you meet them about halfway, and you notice that you've just passed the altar area where the cultists were that you guys fought many months ago, long time ago, in game. When you get close, the people, look at you, and the boy looks at you, and the girl are walking up. Sorry, I'm doing it backwards. A boy and a girl, you can see now their identities, walk up to you. And they're just kind of looking at you. And the boy looks at you like this.
Hello?
The girl kind of just like walks around.
All right.
You seem to be confused by you. You're not sure.
They look like children, though,
Yeah.
right? Human-ish.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, child. My name is Robin. Can you speak?
Do you direct to the boy or to the girl?
To the boy, the one
Okay.
who's giving me the.
So the girl
who's
is
giving me the zombie look.
the girl is just kind of like walking around, and the boy just like is looking like this.
All right. So I try and do a little, a little pivot to kind of keep both of them in my eyesight if I can.
Okay.
Hello. Can either of you talk? Are you okay?
The girl walks around, so she's behind you, and she stands there and she smiles. And you see her teeth is of a vampire, and the boy is of a vampire, and he goes, and he lunges to attack, and the girl attacks you
Alright.
as well.
Bad.
I'd like to jump out as soon as possible.
I rolled the same number for both of them. It's going to be a 14.
14 I block.
Okay, so they hit the armor. I'm going to give a roll for a bash check.
Jeez Louise.
They do not bash it, so they just land on the armor, and they're biting your armor and just clawing at you and just start hitting you like this crazy. You see from far away that he's basically just been mobbed by these two people.
Would I've seen something that has been identified as a vampire before, right? I would know,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like I don't want to like bet a game. Like I would.
Yeah, when you see the teeth, you know.
All right.
You know.
I was like vampires. I'll try and grab a dagger and stab one of them in the back.
Okay, so now we're gonna roll initiative just to see who goes first.
They do. Unless they roll really bad. I go,
All of us?
Yeah.
I go on 4.
I'm also a 4. A 3. Great.
Okay, Headley comes out with his sword. Headley actually is going to go first, then they're going to go. But Headley is going to have to run the whole way, so he's just making his way. Maya comes out as well. And the boy and the girl attack you. 11 and a 16.
The 16 hits. 11 misses.
Okay, so the 16 is not a bite. It's just like the guy, they go over to like grab your skin and just claws down your neck.
Ah!
Take 7 damage.
Oh, criminy. All right.
Rob, you can go first, and we'll go around.
All right, I'll charge whichever vampire is closest to me. Can I cover the ground and attack in the same turn?
Yes,
think?
you can.
Okay. Great. So I'll do that.
You have to use. You could do I'll let you give you a one-shot charge. You have to use knock off your combat, knock off your agility, and I'll give you a charge, 1 attack.
Use that sword and save me.
Here we go.
This is it.
Ah, 25.
25. 25's a hit.
Great. 11 damage. And
The boy or the girl? The girl was actually
the
closer
girl
to
was
you.
closer, right? Because she was behind. So 11 damage, and just to be safe, I'll throw in an extra 4. 15 damage from my combat strength.
Is any of that like
Okay.
special good
Yes.
holy damage or anything that might
6 of it is
be-
radiant damage. Or
You can
5 of it is
You can
radiant.
double the radiant damage.
It's like,
Okay, great.
Come on.
So then it's 10, 5, 19 damage.
Get me out of this.
19 damage. Okay, so he runs up to the girl, like charges in, just runs up. The girl like moves out of the way, but too slow, and he goes. You cut her head off, right off.
Whoa!
Yes. She falls to the ground.
There you go.
Brutal. I can't believe you just did that, man. That's not
What's wrong with you?
I'm fine with it.
You and little.
I know you and little girls. What are you
a little
doing?
kid, you just chopped the head off.
Chop his head off. Chop his head off. Chop his head off.
He beat the little girl.
All right, so
Yay!
he went in. Headley rushed into. He was. Where did he go exactly?
Headley
you
is
said
just running up
like,
with
rushed
Rob.
in? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob's just fast. I think. So he can.
All right, I'm gonna run up as well. He's engaged. The other one is engaged with
It's
Robin
on him.
right now. Can I reach them? Can I get?
Well,
to that?
you have a ranged weapon, so you can definitely move up and
I
fire.
know, but I'm afraid to like shoot. I don't wanna
Shoot!
hit. I don't want to shoot.
This is one of those moments. 6.
You're a gunslinger now. You just got to let
4,
loose.
No, I'm not
3,
gonna shoot. No, I'm
2,
not gonna shoot. I'm
1,
coming up.
No action.
No.
Okay, you
Sorry.
run up. Headley,
Captain Holmes.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
give
want to
Headley.
hit you.
I know.
Headley takes 1 shot. He runs up past you. He slides on the floor past you, and then goes underneath and goes and tries to stab the boy without hitting you. He successfully does that. Does 7 damage.
All right. Can I
So
get an
the
attack
thing
on the
screams. "Ah!" Yeah, you can go now.
Nah. I don't think an 8 hits.
No.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so that was Maya moves up. Maya comes in trying to get involved. She can't figure out a way in. She tries to do a tail strike to no use. Headley is repositioning himself to attack, and the boy attacks you. Natural 20.
Ooh!
You need to roll a save.
Uh-oh.
We don't have re-rolls yet, do we?
I can check right now. Guys, if we have 30 likes,
Already? We're at that
if we have 30 likes in chat,
Yeah,
I will allow re-rolls. I don't think we're there yet.
I
I'm going to look
doubt it.
right now.
We didn't even ask for those.
Oh my god, we're only 2 away.
Come on, guys!
Woo! Guys, if you like or love this right now,
Please!
two
Help
of you
us
do
out.
it. He gets this man gets re-rolls. I'll give you guys 10 seconds.
Please. It was a fun riddle.
That's what you need to do. Beg to the audience.
Whatever it takes, man. I don't want to be a vampire.
And that is it, guys. Let's see if we got it. We got to 30, and we did. 30, 33.
Yes.
You are
job,
all the
people.
best.
30
You are the
likes.
best.
You can make me re-roll my
Yeah, I
natural
will-
20.
Yes, I will make you re-roll your natural 20.
Okay, so on
idea.
21 unnatural,
I'll take.
and for the 3rd time I rolled 7 damage. 7 damage.
All right.
So the thing is just tearing him up and attacking him pretty bad. You are up now.
All right, let's finish this. 14?
You're at advantage.
Yes, you
Oh,
can
that's
roll
right.
again.
25 again.
There you go. Hit.
Ah, now.
That's 10, 12, 13 damage.
Did you
We double the
range?
radiant?
Yes.
Okay, 13 actually is enough anyway. With the other down, he did 7 before. You hit the other boy, and the boy dies, and you basically take the head
The
off.
vampire died.
Yes.
Say that way.
Sorry. Rob, I was looking at your resume and I found you online. You've been killing children online? No, it's a fantasy show.
They weren't children. They were bad.
They're all vampires. Okay, so they fall lifeless to the floor, and everyone is just like looking around the room, shocked. Helly's like breathing heavy.
I am very hurt.
Well,
I don't think they bit me, though. They tried, but they couldn't get through the armor, luckily.
well, we must get up this lift then.
Get up the lift.
Though I fear what will be up there.
More of that? I'm ready to spend the rest of my days in the Blood Rift, living comfortably in that nice city.
Oh, we must at least try and find Arcanum and Findalar and complete our mission.
Do you think? Look around. Everything looks like no one's touched this place in years, and there's vampires coming down the lift. Do you think Arcanum and Findalar are up there?
They may be somewhere out there.
Gotta find out, don't we? I mean,
Yes.
we're gonna stay down here. Really? We don't have it. We don't have anything to eat. We don't,
I know.
We're in trouble.
Okay, I just got attacked by 2 children, and if they hit me
understand.
again, I think I probably would die.
If the world is safe enough for children vampires to wander about, it can't be that bad. We'll be okay.
What does that even mean?
All of a sudden, you hear a noise from the lift, and you see another figure walk off, and apparently it's another child or another person, and the person is basically has the same kind of manners as afar. You immediately can tell that it's a vampire.
Come on now.
And it looks like an older boy that apparently stayed behind, maybe, who knows what for, and just looks at you guys and just screams at the top of his lungs and just starts running in, and he's much faster than the children.
Can I take a shot?
He runs. You take a shot, guy. Go for it.
All right. Fire shot.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Yes.
Whoa!
You go. You headshot the thing. Do your damage.
Sorry. Just double checking. Okay, I got it. So it's gonna be 5.
Okay, so you hit it for 5. Did you double?
Oh no, sorry, 10.
So you, he immediately comes up, you bullseye the thing right to the head, you take it, you see it's on fire, It takes double damage from the fire, and it's freaking out, running into you in some kind of mess. It crosses that middle area, and all of a sudden, you see a sword go and hit the thing from the side and hit it in the wall and get stabbed into the rock wall. And it just sits there and just goes limp.
I look in the direction.
So you can't see from where you are right now, but you see all of a sudden a figure walks up, and the figure looks like it has all this like bluish armor on, and the person looks very pale, and it looks like almost the hair is gone now.
Who's there?
Thank you.
It's me. Kadek, it's me. Your father.
Does he look exactly like my father?
So you look at him in a weird way. He goes, I am changed, like many here. I am not your enemy, but I am changed.
But are you? What has happened? What has happened to the world?
How long has it been?
You were dead the last time we saw you. How are you not dead now?
Much has changed since you have left. Let us say I awoke. And from what I know, it's been about 17 years since your departure here. There is little time, but it is known that you would arrive here on this day.
No.
And I was sent here to make sure that you arrive safely. I was scouting you out here in this tunnel. I heard the noises of you climbing. And then I heard the lift come back down, and I ran back as fast as I could. We must begin our journey up. There is much to say, and there is little time. Headley goes, well, we have to wait for Bardot and
Vigorous, yes.
and Vigorous to come through. Maya says, perhaps we can wait here, and then we'll catch up with you guys.
Oh.
And we can inform them what's going on at least, too.
All right. We'll send the lift down when we get back up.
Yes, actually, that would be perfect.
All right.
So they make their way off, and they go to where the portal room is, and they wait for Vigorous to return. Eldrin waits, and you're looking at his father in these moments, and he's like completely pale. Again, his hair is gone. He's wearing the same armor. The armor looks a lot more weathered now, and he has a lot of just robes and things around him, scarves and robes, stuff like that. Come, we must make our way. He walks. He seems very uncomfortable, very awkward, and he makes his way to the lift. If you guys would join him.
I suppose we should go.
I follow him. Yeah.
Let's go. We follow.
Okay. You get to the lift. You close the door.
I get as far casually as far away from him as possible.
Kadek,
Yes.
during my death, something has happened. The one known as the Immortal attacked the Tree of Autumn Light, destroying it. Sol's attention was fixed upon a massive army of giant folk and black magic wizards. Meanwhile, in secret, he laid siege upon the tree. From what I know, this happened shortly after you and your party left. He made his way there with a monster of a man called the Dark Majesty. I am told he has unusual power. They made their way to the heart of the tree, defeating its guardians, and once they reached the heart, Andaria herself was killed. And they drew her spirit and the entire world into a blood rift. The world became red. The sky turned purple. And over time, many began to go mad. As is explained to me, the physical world became joined with thought, the world of ego. Those who were dead manifested alive, but not undead, simply as if they were always there. For a few days, people were confused and almost joyful at the sight of their loved ones. But slowly, our newer reality sunk in. I wandered around aimlessly, not knowing what happened to me, or understanding anything. And everyone knew something was very wrong. People's thoughts, out of nowhere, began to manifest fears and their wishes into physical form into the streets. Everything turned to chaos. As I said, the realm of ego and the physical world was one. And for many citizens of Andaria, it was too much to bear. During the Celestial War, I did not understand what would happen if the immortal Dragano won. I assumed he would destroy the world. But it is not such. The world of Andaria is but an empty shell and Dragano its master. He draws energy from all that die into him. And now, as it is explained to me, there is no afterlife. There is only here and now. Kadak, I awoke as something very different. I was turned into the very thing I fought, living evil, made vampiric by Hellifix. But my soul was somehow still preserved by King Thawin, as Arcane told me. I thought myself to turn insane like many others, but it never happened. I thought of taking my own life. But I knew I must survive, to help you, my son. The more I learned of this world and all about all of you, I knew you would have to be the ones to stop this. You have some sort of connection to the blood rifts, Arcane says. And they know it too. He motions somewhere high and obscene. High and unseen. When Findalar and Arcane found I was well, and did not suffer from the chaos and insanity that many did, I was studied by Arcane. He searched our magical archives, but could do nothing. At the same time, Bardot returned to society, and began to speak to many in the streets, revealing he had the cure to the chaos. A cure he would share. And he did. He said to all who would listen, if our species was to survive the chaos, we would have to change. We would have to evolve and shed the soul that binds us to it and our hearts. Bardo revealed to the city that he was a vampire and unaffected by the chaos. And he began to turn all willing citizens into vampires. And many sought to free themselves. Those who did it were indeed free of the chaos. Their souls were no longer bound to thought, to what was Andaria. It didn't matter if you were from the realm of ego, brought back from the dead, or from the physical world. The chaos would have you. Becoming a vampire was an escape from that, as it untied the body from the soul. For a time it worked, but eventually, citizens and politicians argued night and day, but slowly, more and more citizens became vampires. And eventually those that did not turn simply became food for the ones that did. Above the city, which we go to now, is a ghost town. There is law, but it is a conclave of vampires who oversee it, high in Arcane's tower. The Lords of Solst, they deem themselves. An insult to the name. Non-vampires like yourselves exist within the city, but they are hunted constantly by vampire hives. This is why it is better that you see them now. They are already aware of you, as they have sent me, and can protect you, since they have an interest in you. I don't know what for, though. But I will be with you until whatever end. Know that I am on your side, no matter what happens up there. You're still on the lift going up. As you remember, the lift takes a long time to go up. He seems to be having trouble reiterating this whole story to you. And he kind of pauses here and just kind of thinks about everything, what he's saying.
Well, what of Oakfrost? What of my brother?
As far as I know, every city is dealing with this in their own way. I did not feel I should go and see them, or even try to contact them. If I tried to leave, I feel like the Lords of Solst would follow me, or have somebody follow me. I did not want to bring any more danger to our family. Unfortunately, they're either alive or dead.
I just want to be clear. You're taking us to these Lords of Souls now,
Indeed.
who are vampires, who have claimed rule to the remains of the city.
Yes.
And what of Arcane and Findalar?
Findalar is gone. He left.
Left?
He has severely aged himself trying to use chronomancy magic to undo what was done. After a toll upon himself, he eventually left. He said for the tree, then for the Red City. Or for what were the remains of the tree. He's not been seen since. That is probably about a decade ago.
This is an Arcane. Does he survive?
Arcane did survive. He is a vampire lord.
And will they not just feed upon us when we arrive?
That is possible, but I feel like this is your safest move. They know you are here. They could have just been here to kill you. Again, I don't know what they want from you, but at least this is some way I can save you if I can or help you if I can. I am, in a sense, bringing you into the lion's den.
Wasn't Bardot in the rift?
He was in the rift with us.
But he was here as well.
Perhaps that was...
He came in after us?
Perhaps that was... Yeah, maybe he came in after, or maybe that was like the second relic. That was a remnant that was in the rift. But he remained outside. And Has anyone seen Relic? Do you remember the armor?
Relic, the suit, yes. Relic has come quite an infamous figure over time. From what I know, he leads the nation known as Anwar. He has freed from captivity, as he calls it, all that he could of the Crystalborn. As the Crystalborn started to gain back their memories once the joining happened between the realm of ego and the physical world. They became independent. The Red Knight lost control of them immediately. Relic was there to pick up the pieces. Now, if you were to travel through the Red Sands, you would see a city that combines Sunken City and Anwar together over the mountains. Wondrous, gnomish technology, I must say, with crystals and such. But so foreign.
I don't...
I'm sorry to give you this news.
I don't even... You seem to be struggling. Are you okay?
You are not vampires, and I am. Therefore, it has taken me much restraint to stand here and not feed.
Okay.
While I feel that, trust me, you are completely safe. I would starve myself before hurting any one of you.
Of course.
Kanak, I'm sorry you have to see me in such a way. I would have killed myself, as is the old code. The Thowin's code says that we must do what we can no matter what.
Does he exist still? Is he turned?
I do not know.
All the plans, everything.
Doesn't much matter now. At least we can still report back to Arcane.
Yeah. Yes, we could. Yes, we could. All right. Well,
Go there.
You get to the top, which is the bottom of the Arcane Hall. You travel out, and
push it back. I set it back down.
just gonna lift back down. You travel out. You walk around. You walk up. These halls haven't been walked in a very long time. It's like walking through like an old abandoned museum. It looks like, with old relics of items, around the room, and you pass the main throne room, which hasn't been used. You guys make your way, and eventually it takes you to outside. And outside definitely seems very different than how you remember it. You guys look around outside and you see there's snow on the ground everywhere. The sky is purple and the snow is colored a bit red. There's blood in the streets. And it is a very different place than what you remember. The buildings around you seem to be crumbling slightly. This is not the Solstice you remember. You walk through the streets, passing small groups of vampires. The vampires are standing together, staring at all of you, wondering why they're not already eating you. In the distance, you hear someone running for their life. You can hear their footsteps running in the snow, screaming for help. All of a sudden, a man runs out between one of the buildings and right towards you. He is being hunted. He lunges desperately for one of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For you. He grabs you by the collar. Help me! They will feast upon me! Do not work with these creatures! He looks at Eldarin. Because they will only use you as food in the end! Get out of here! Eldarin walks up, looks at all of you, grabs him, stabs him, and tosses his body far. And you realize how strong Eldarin now is because he's a vampire. When he does that, you see the groups of vampires come up and look at all of you, and then look at the guy on the floor. And Eldarin just kind of stands there, and they feast upon the guy on the floor. And Eldarin says, "Let us continue."
Oh, man.
Lord Eldarin begins to lead you once again towards what you believe to be is Arctum's tower. You reach the tower, open the doors within, and enter what was once the lobby, but now has become a place for vampires, about 50 or so. They lie about, talking, and obviously bored, possibly hungry. When you walk in, many of them rush up to your group. Lord Eldarin raises his hand and to stop them, and they run up and they kind of stop shortly. They are claimed by the Lords of Solst. Back off. Oh, what a pity. I am so hungry, though. Does he need all of them? Touch them, and I will send you to the Nexus into eternal damnation. The vampire laughs. A woman says, "So dramatic." She backs off. A man yells out. One of the vampires in the back yells out. "You say it like you're not going there as well, Eldarin." And they all begin to laugh. Lord Eldarin stands next to you and motions you to a portal in the center of the room and walks with you.
Oh, yes. Going to be great.
Another portal.
Every time we walk through one of these. All
I'll
right.
go through.
Walk through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk
Yes.
through? You walk through. You appear in a hallway outside what was once Findalar's council room. The walls here have been destroyed by some sort of war. You take it, the War of the Giant Folk. The tower is in complete disarray. There are doors up. There are carpets on the floor. And on those carpets lie 6 bodies. They have bite marks all over them. You think that you're watching a battle that took place, but you quickly realize that you're just watching the remnants of a meal. The doors open. Slowly. You walk inside, And you see this was the room used recently, as you knew, by Findalar. This was his war room of sorts. You walk inside to see a long table with vampire lords sitting all around it. 2 vampires stand at a large window looking out. One has the hat you're all too familiar with. Another one you're not sure who he is. You do recognize Arcane, who sits at the table. Arcane nods to you. Another is someone you remember from your past a little bit further. Soltal, a Seth that was once part of the Iron Circle. Several others are strangers to you. As you look around the room, you see there's signs of blood everywhere. It seems like every bit is stained by blood. Again, there are windows, but a lot of the windows have just been crashed open, and they seem like they don't care. It doesn't matter to them. They're vampires. You're a couple of thoughts like they're not alive, they're not truly alive. Maybe they don't. It doesn't matter to them. Heat, temperature. It's cold outside. Are they cold? You realize that none of this matters. You get the sense that the vampire lords all around the table, and there's 2 figures on the inside of the room standing in front of a window looking out. The one with the hat on leans over to the other and says something to him that you can't decipher. Too far away. But you do get the sense the one that he's talking to seems to be the person who's in charge. All of a sudden you hear the voice. The man with the hat turns around, and it's indeed Bardot. He's wearing different clothing than the Bardot that you know. And something tells you that it's not the one that you walked through the portal with. It's not a different reality, for those who are thinking that, but time must have passed for this one. You can tell by the way he talks, the mannerisms. It's almost like there's an evolution in the way that he's changed, as we all change. Welcome, all, to a new world. Limitless, ageless, free. You should be proud of your old friend. He is more powerful than any of you could have ever imagined. He motions next to him and turns around. Is somehow, you don't understand why, an adult vampire. Lord Vigorish. Vigor stands there and looks at all of you. We have been anxious for your arrival and excited to tell you that you need not go on your mission for the Archmage. You are too late. About 17 years too late. You see, Relic is now the leader of Anwar. Ah, yes, he went all bat crazy when he arrived and opened the arcane shield while enemy forces were outside. And oops, they sacked the city. We couldn't stop them. He then apparently made his way to the Red Sands and into Anwar, and during the end of the world began to liberate the Crystal Born, who became sentient in Anwar. And poof, the Red Knight was defeated. The Archmage is still trapped, and the rest of them simply don't matter. But tonight, you will dine with us here at the Table of Blood, and dedicate yourselves to the Lords of Solst. You are friends, of course. You will become one of us. And once you do this, you will begin a new mission. One that will bring you to your friend Relic, and then where you will kill him and bring us his soul crystal.
Well, the idea of dispatching Relic certainly appeals to me. If you think we're going to work for you and your bunch of vampires, you are sadly mistaken.
Your father puts his hand on you. They've been through a lot. They've just traveled through time. Their whole world's been changed. Let them rest first, as you say. You see Bardot walks off and around a table. Ah, always the father, Lord Eldrin. I wish I could compel you and see into that mind of yours. But unfortunately, you're not one of mine, are you? No, I was turned by Hellifix, of course. If only I could. If only I could control you, Eldrin. But of course, you have a soft spot for your son, I understand. Of course, you may rest. You will exit out the door. You will head up the stairs. And then you will see a large room above. You will stay there. And later, we will discuss other things. Lord Vigorous has much to say to you. Come, everyone. Let's go. He brings you out.
Can we
The
get
room?
some food?
You say food, and they all look at you. Because, yes, we will arrange food. Let's go. You guys go out the door. They close the door. And you guys travel up the stairs. And he brings you into a room. Again, this room has been barraged by cannonballs, a ballista or something. So it just broke it up. And it's almost like you're seeing like a bed in here. It looks like a room for a king, but the wind is just blowing through the room because it's just that's how it is. Lord Eldarin turns to you when you all seem to get into the room and says, I will speak to you all soon. Stay here. Do not leave this room. I will bring you some food. I will find something for you. He walks downstairs. For out of game right now, just so you know, Dan had no idea that he was going to encounter himself. This is not the Dan who walked through the portal. This is a Dan that is 17 years older. Dan has no idea Dan's improvising right now on the fly. Just to put that out there. So we now bring you back in. You guys can now roleplay, the three of you.
Oh, this is just a great situation we walked into.
We have lost. It's over.
It's too late.
Yeah. I don't. Our choices are food or be turned. That's our choice, right?
We may have to take the honorable way out. You and I can do each other, and Dash, I suppose you can just shoot yourself. I'll not let them turn me.
I have no desire to be a vampire either.
Perhaps there's some way we can escape.
Escape? You saw what the city was like. We want to get blocks. We haven't eaten in a day. I'm near death. If I take one hit, I'll probably fall down. Look, I don't know. How did it?
And Vigorish.
Right.
Was this his plan all along?
His plan all along, but he wasn't a vampire last time we saw him.
What? Was he not? I don't know anymore about any.
I don't know.
So-
I don't know. How did he get out in the right time and we did not?
Vampire magic.
Vampire magic, maybe.
It's like there's two of him, and Bardot, too.
Yeah, maybe. Our friends downstairs are waiting for someone who's already out.
Maybe.
They don't know what they're walking into. I don't know. I feel like I am not. Suicide is a thought that has literally never crossed my mind.
I'd rather be turned
You'd rather be turned?
than kill myself.
Well, here's the thing.
This is that mindset that led us into this trouble.
No.
Everybody was willing to be turned.
I understand.
Remember,
Caddick.
there is no killing yourself. Remember what your father said. There's no death here. There's no afterlife. If you kill yourself, you'd just still be walking around.
Well,
Right. I mean, you could try it. I don't know. Maybe he was lying, or maybe there is a way out. But from what he told us, that's not an escape.
then become one of those madmen. Walking, hearing, having their thoughts become real. I didn't even quite understand what he was saying.
I don't know.
The door, you hear a knock on the door.
Hello, yes?
It's me, Wallace.
Wallace!
Wallace, your old servant.
Of course.
Close the door. I brought you some food.
Oh, Wallace, tell me you've not been turned as well.
I have not been.
Oh, that's wonderful. So there are still some who are...
How'd you avoid it?
I am a prisoner here. Nothing more than that.
But how many others are prisoners here? What are our numbers?
A few.
A few.
4 or 5.
Not enough.
I'm sorry, Master Caddick. You've come in a time of the world where many call after the end.
Bye.
What is left?
What happened to the others, Trevor and Araya?
I have not seen them. I didn't see their bodies. I cannot say they were dead, and I did not see them in any other form. I don't know. I think they went mad.
Probably.
When the madness came, it swept everywhere, quickly. Literally, people were wishing for things, and it came, and it wasn't wishing out loud, it was their thoughts. Thoughts became the same as physical reality. I cannot explain it. It feels like magic that I couldn't possibly understand.
Right. Well, we appreciate the food.
I hope that you can figure out something now that you're here.
Yes. Yes, there must be a way. If you're still alive, there must be others out there, people that could help.
The man that we weren't able to help before.
If there are others, they aren't here in Solst.
Yes.
The few scavengers that still live are hunted. And the vampires hunt more ferociously, now that there are few. Many think the vampires will start feeding upon themselves, if it's possible.
Well,
I'll let you eat.
thank you.
Thanks. I'm gonna try and make something appear. See if that still works. I'm going to. Would my character know things that hurt vampires?
Yep.
Was that like common?
Yeah, especially because you're in a place where that was the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to try and conjure up holy water, like in a vial, like see if it happens.
You begin to try conjuring holy water. Jacob Kipp gets 2,000 stars. Let's help them out. It looks like it's 500 stars for each of you. I mean, yes, and one reroll each.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thanks,
Thank
Jacob.
you, Jacob.
Thank you very much.
Also, we had a message coming here. This is fans trying to help out right now.
We need it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does it look good?
So, somebody was asking about Wild Surge. Wild Surge is basically it's basically just that. It can be good or bad for the person casting it or for the target. So you don't really know. It's up in the air, and you got to kind of just put it in, and then it happens on the next time it's triggered. So if it's up to you to feel like if the situation needs a Wild Surge or not. I think that's it for now.
Okay.
So you try to imagine a vial. Nothing happens.
I don't know. Worth trying, I guess. I look at the food. Does food look like people food?
Yeah. Not trying to trick you. It's a potato. It's a guy's arm.
Have some rice, Mike. Box of maggots. I eat.
I eat
Okay.
too.
You eat. It's food. It'll get you by. Better than nothing.
They were going to send us after Relic once we get out of the city.
I point in my ears. They're gonna send it to Relic, and we're gonna get our revenge on him for betraying the city.
Of course.
Sounds good.
Right. So that's it. Hey, look, if they can.
Rescinding on the stars. You guys, the three of you do not get the stars. Jacob Kipp is giving all 4 rerolls to Dan.
Nice.
Guys.
Yeah, he needs the help. He's the king of the
Oh
vampires.
yeah, right. Yeah. He really needs.
Literally, they gave it to the king of vampires.
Jacob.
Jacob's always going against the good guys. This is how he goes.
So
Jacob sides with the good guys.
No, the opposite
Always with the good
of that.
guys. Jacob.
see Razor remote. So anyway,
Jacob, hit me up after the show, and I'll give you all the information.
yeah, I don't know. Look, I don't want to be turned, but and I didn't like what I heard about right? Did you hear what he said? What Bardot said? He can compel everyone.
People he's turned himself.
Right. So I tell you this. This is what I'm going to ask. If being turned is necessity, I'm going to ask if your father would do it.
If my
Father would do
father would turn us rather than...
it rather than Bardot turn us or one of the others. If that's a necessity, that's what I'm going to ask. I'm going to let you know.
I suppose that
Seems like a good question.
theoretically Halifax is gone, which means no one can compel.
Well, your father could compel us if he's playing a long game.
No one
of his
can
own.
compel him. He would
Correct.
be in the...
Right. I don't know if that would even work. We have absolutely no bargaining power here at all.
Why us at all?
What?
Why us at all? Perhaps we do have power. I mean, why didn't they tear us
Try.
apart immediately?
Or why don't they go and kill Relic by themselves? Why do they need us to do it?
Right.
It's a good question.
I guess we will insist upon not letting Bordeaux turn us, and
See how it goes.
Evan gave you his weekly reroll. Dan,
Thank you, Evan.
congrats. Thank you, Evan. And Richard Wild gave you his weekly reroll, Tom.
Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. At least someone wants this quest to continue beyond today.
Whose side of the fan's on? We don't know. The door opens, and it's your father, Eldrin. It is time.
Okay.
Whatever happens, I hope it is for the best. He takes you downstairs. You walk back down to that door. Bodies are still there. The place reeks of blood. And the door's open once again. Wallace is already in there, and he's serving bowls of, which looks like soup, but you know what it is. Blood soup.
So happy. So happy. Here we are.
They serve it to all of them, and you see like they're eating it like feverishly, like they're just like drinking it. You drink it in a way that makes you think it's a rare commodity. So, you walk in, and you see Vigorish seems to be more in control of his faculty after seeing you guys. Bardot is talking to one of the vampires, and I'm going to let the scene take its course.
Lord Vigorish.
Not necessary. Leave us, please.
But they look around, you see them, they finish their soup really quickly, and they leave. Lord Eldrin looks at you like, do you want him to stay?
Oh, please. Eldrin, you're always welcome.
Stay?
Please.
Bardot just stays his ground. Vampire, the lords leave. They close the door behind him. Wallace leaves as well.
My friends.
Friends.
He's our friend. We haven't seen you in a long time. For you.
It's been a very long time. I'm very, very happy to see you. Regardless of what you may think or what you may suspect, I've been waiting a very long time for you. And I'm relieved and overwhelmed with emotion to see you again. I know this all must be very puzzling for you. It must be a lot to take in.
To say the least.
Let me begin with one question. What have you been told about the state of Solst?
Well,
We've been told how your father...
Easy.
It's...
Easy.
Robin, I understand.
Right, but I still, could die at any second. So easy.
Before you begin, Kadek, you will not die at any second. I didn't wait for you, and I didn't bring you here to kill you.
All right.
Breathe easy.
well, that's good.
I told Wallace to bring you the food.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I'm just very. Look,
But we were starving to death.
we were told that this place is a ghost town.
Okay.
It's overrun by hordes of vampires that are hunting the last remaining non-vampiric people in the city, and that those few humans that or elves or anything else that are around are dwindling quickly. We're told that it is ruled by lords of Sost, which we found out recently you are the leader of. And other than that, we don't know much. We know that Findalar is gone and has been gone for a long time, and that whatever happened soon after we entered that blood rift seems to be unchangeable. We were also told, and I'll be honest with you, we were told that there might be, that you might be, and we didn't know it was you, looking for us because of whatever blood rift magic allowed us to enter that portal might be used somehow now by you.
You know that we all have special powers because we were able to withstand the rift.
Right.
Were you told, or were you given the impression that you would have to become vampires?
Yeah, yes. Yes, that's what we.
They did
That is
say that.
strongly the impression that we were given. Yes.
By whom?
By me, of course.
Who's that?
Bardo.
Bardo.
Okay.
Bardo and Eldarin are in the room with you. They must become vampires.
I understand, Mr. Bardo. The fact is, you don't have to become vampires because of any rule from the city.
Right.
The bottom line is, I need you with us. Do you remember when we fought the two relics?
Yes,
It was just a few hours ago for you, wasn't it?
it was.
I lose my head at these things sometimes. But do you remember how close you were to death, Kadak?
Yes, I do.
Dash? Robin, you and I were the only ones left standing, and you were barely standing from what I remember.
That is true.
Do you remember how hurt I was? I didn't have a scratch on me.
I do remember that. He was unhurt. That bad.
Right.
Yes.
So.
Well, we know why, because you're some foul creature of the night.
Easy with the foul creature.
Well, we know
How
what
did
he
you get back here? We were waiting for you to come through the portal. It's been so long for
Listen,
you. How?
I'll answer those questions in due time, I promise.
It was clear that they wanted to trick us into the portal so they could carry out this plan.
Listen,
What?
Let him talk.
Kadak, you're right. When I was with you, and when I fought Relic with you, I was a vampire at that time.
I knew something.
You know.
I didn't know vampire.
You know, didn't
I
you?
knew something was up. I
Oh,
knew something was up.
He wasn't eating.
I was asking Mr. Bardo, I don't know if you remember, but I was asking you, was he sick? Was something wrong? I knew something.
That's right. He said you were sick.
I was so scared. I was so nervous because I knew you would overreact, Kadak. I was afraid of you.
Overreact. That I might fear that somehow this could lead to an entire city being taken over.
Easy.
The world and life as we know it destroyed.
He didn't do
Because
that.
of you and your sick, twisted, fat...
He did not
Please
destroy
continue, Vigorish. By all means.
Back to the matter at hand.
What is the matter? And what do you want us for?
I want you because I fought with you. I trained with you. I know what you are capable of. I mean, you saw the vampires when you entered my fortress, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Acting like they're too clever for their own good. acting like they know everything that no one else knows. But you also saw some vampires on your way up here, outside, didn't you?
Yes.
Did you happen to see a human while you were down there?
We did see
One.
one. Yeah.
And how were the vampires on the outside acting? Were they acting clever? Were they acting like they were planning?
Like animals.
Like animals. Mr. Bardot, I've been under his tutelage for years now. He's taught me how to focus. He's taught me how to plan. I know that you know how to plan. I know that you know how to lead. And I know that you know how to be cautious. And I know that you haven't been vampires for years to lose all that. Look, Kadak, you know more than anyone how detached from Andaria Relic has always been. You know, despite what you may see in Solst, how dangerous an entire army of relics can be. We fought, and we defeated Relic when you had no powers. Again, I'm not bringing you here because you have to become vampires. I brought you here because I need you. I need you to help me protect the world from Relic and his army. And now I don't command you. I ask you, as your friend, will you help me? Will you help Solst the way you promised to help Solst many years ago? Or just yesterday?
It's heavy.
I am.
Relic.
Say you do defeat Relic, then what? Vampires just take over the whole world? Is that the plan? What will you feed on when there's no one left?
There's plenty to feed upon in the world. That's not a problem.
Now, I mean,
Do you feed on things that are not people? Do you feed on animals? Is that part of the life?
Wait,
If you are a new budding vampire, that is enough, but for vampire lords of Solst, at least 2 or 3 bodies a day it requires.
look, I mean, I don't mean to be. There are things you could probably do to keep a fresh supply of people around if you only planned and you protected them, right? I mean, there is.
What?
You just
To
house
breed them as cattle?
Well,
Them
yes,
for food.
yeah. If that's your plan, like, you've got to figure out a way to control these people. I'm just saying.
the feeding won't be a problem. I can promise you that. Has it been a problem, Mr. Bardot?
Never something we couldn't handle.
Lord Eldrin?
I feel like I have no place to speak here.
I know this may be uncomfortable, but there's an implication here, Kadak.
What? Implication.
That you
The
want us to turn.
implication is that... How can I put this? Staying alive as a vampire does not mean you need to submit or erase your code of ethics. You're a knight. I understand you take that seriously. You take it as seriously as your father does today. Remember, Kadak, I wanted you to become the leader of our team when we got to that point. There was a reason for that. And like I said, I need you to be a part of this team, and not because I want you to change who you are. I need you on this team for who you are now. And this word, Mr. Bardo, we've had many conversations about this word, turn. I never liked the sound of the word.
Yes, he does not care for it.
What do you prefer?
Yes, what do you prefer?
I don't.
Saved. Do you know when
That's
I
even scarier.
It's not scary. Do you know when I became a vampire?
Saved.
No.
It was when I first went through the rift. The Dark Majesty almost killed me. I was this far from death
When he was released.
when he was released. He picked me up and threw me against the wall. I basically should have died at that point. But Mr. Bardo saved me.
He was always fond of you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let me ask, because it is, as you, I'm sure, can sympathize with, it is a lot to take in. And it is a lot for us to, however terminology you want to use, process changing who we are on a fundamental level. Because it is a change. Is there a way that we can agree to help you without making that save?
Impossible.
Is impossible. I'm just asking because I need to be at peace with whatever decision I make. Is it impossible because there's no way we could survive out in the world like this? We get killed before we left the city, or is it impossible because it is a demand of this mission that we submit to your desire? It's fine if that's what it is, but I need to know.
In your current state, the last time we fought Relic,
Right.
you almost died.
All right. Let me ask.
Yeah.
One other thing. I appreciate the fact that we are as talented as we are, right? And you know I do. But you have an army of vampires, some of which are quite savage, but some of which are quite intelligent and quite powerful. Have you not? Why have you not taken care of this in all the intervening years?
Not that simple.
It's not that simple. Like I told you before, they're not the same. We went through a lot. We liberated Solst together.
For a little while.
Not for a little while. Look around, my friend.
Look around. I'm sorry. Look, I'll be as valid as I can be, but look around, Mr. Bardo. This is a grave that just happens to have buildings in it. This city is dead. Those people out there are dead. They're savage monsters that are going around feeding on life. Now, fine. It staved off whatever madness it was. It was the best choice that was available to people. And I don't begrudge anyone any decision that they make, nor do I begrudge you. But to say that this is what I fought for, that this is what I pledged to protect, that's a lie. And I won't countenance that. Won't countenance that. This is a failure on my part. That's what this is.
This is the best circumstance that could have happened. What you see now is something that you don't appreciate, but you should, Robin. This is freedom.
It's difficult not to think of all the innocent lives that were lost since we've been here.
Again, I don't know what decision jail that everyone had to make. For what Lord Eldrin tells us, I can't even comprehend what happened here 17 years ago or so. Right? So I don't think it is fair to me to look out at that and say we succeeded in protecting the city. If we succeeded in protecting the city, these people wouldn't have had to make those decisions. That's what I'm saying. And it's very hard for me to ignore that. I had a family. They're probably gone. And if they're not gone,
They're
then
better off then. If they're either they're gone or they are better off in a better life, in a better and more powerful form.
all right.
Robin. Thank you. Thank you for letting that out. And thank you for not hiding anything from me.
No,
I was waiting for that because I don't think it's possible for you to make a decision or for any of you to make a decision without getting that out.
That's true, I guess. I mean,
We have already made our decision. We will not be turned or saved, as what you say. We may be willing to work with you in the short term, because apparently an army of heartless golems is a worse threat than all of you bloodsuckers. But we will not be turned, and once Relic's been defeated, we go on our own way.
Caddick. Robin already told us how he feels about Solst. Do you feel you succeeded in protecting Solst?
Of course not.
Tell me.
Well, it's run by vampires. It's the opposite of what me and my family have fought for. For the gods, for the light, to turn it over to this, to the undead.
Right.
Dash?
No. I mean, as I said before, what about all the innocents? Were these people all given a choice? You know, all the children that lived here, all the innocent people, the city folk. Did they have a choice? No. We failed,
Oh,
as far as I see.
So you failed. We failed. To be fair.
It wasn't just us, but we were part of it. Sure.
We were.
I'd say things worked out quite well for you.
well, again, he seems to be in. And again, I don't know. I've only been here for a few hours, but he's not king of much. Look around.
They don't want anything else.
Yes, they do. Yes, he does. He wants
want
at
us.
least. He at least wants Relic and the rest of the Crystal Board army destroyed. Look,
Everybody wants that.
well,
Even them. But
And they want us.
filth they
Wants
live
us.
in. As long as they have blood to drink and no one interrupts that.
it's a different life. It's literally a different life.
So you'll stay in Sos. We will let you live the way you choose. And we will save the rest of the world.
Caddick. I admire you. I admire this. I know you want to go out there, and I know you want to skewer Relic and his entire army of soulless hunks of metal. You always did. But it can't happen if we don't save you. I don't have to tell you this. You lived through it. Barely, but you lived through it. You saw what he's capable of. And you also saw what I was capable of. He didn't touch me. And I crushed him. If we go to Anwar with Mr. Bardot and a few of those guys downstairs, but with you and you and you as my main generals, we can take out the entire army.
But when one is saved, are they not then under the power of the vampire which did it? Would we not be then compelled to...
They can compel you. Do not be fooled, Caddick. They want you to compel you, want to charm you. It can be done. A vampire can charm another, but one that is made he can control completely.
All right, that's comforting. All right, so the plan is right. We get saved, develop our vampire powers, feast, go out, lead these vampires that you have under your thrall against Relic and the forces of metal. Destroy them, then take over the world as we see fit. But I'm just whatever, or not, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. The main goal is to destroy them, right?
You know what a threat they are. You remember when we were there when the Red Knight visited us? Remember how many suits he wanted?
All right.
I mean, I don't know if it's possible for anyone to have an exact count of the number of suits he has there in Anwar, but it's a lot.
Right.
Currently, again, I know how overwhelming this is to see Solst like this. But if you have any idea what Anwar looks like, you'll know that the threat here in Solst is nothing compared to the power that's in Anwar. Biggest threat to the world today lies in Anwar with Relic and Kadak. I don't have to tell you this.
That may be, but send us to the north. I will rally the Knights of Oakfrost. We'll come down with an army.
Kadak, the Knights of Oakfrost haven't even heard your name in 17 years.
But
What, he doesn't have lineage
they're still
there?
lords,
There's
they're
no-
still knights, but they will,
Kadak,
when they hear this story, they will not be able to be restrained.
If they're still there, Kadak, we don't know.
Kadak, we can all see how you're reacting to the state that Solst is in with, as you call us, bloodsuckers. How do you think the people of Oakfrost will react when they find out the state that your father is in, if they don't know already?
I'm sure it would be very distressing to them.
You won't be able to rally them, Kadak. You know you won't be able to.
Richard Wild has a question. He's asking Tom if he wants to ask a question. Could Tom please get a thought and ask, why do the vampires need the crystal born destroyed? Why do they need Relic's soul crystal? What is the purpose? It's your choice if you want to ask that or not.
All right. Yeah, I feel like I asked around that question anyway, so it's not like too out of the loop. All right. Was honest with you, like emotionally honest at least, which you, as you know, is rare for me. So I'm going to ask you to be honest with me because I don't feel like you're telling me the whole truth.
Okay.
If Relic and his army of Crystalborn are the threat, you want to destroy them, right? Why would you want to recover his soul crystal and bring it back here instead of just destroying it and eliminating the threat from ever reappearing?
We want the crystal to be brought here so that we can ensure that it's destroyed, and then we will use whatever power is inside.
For what? You know, I mean, I don't see I have many options here, right? So I'm really asking for courtesy.
I have a question. If I may.
Who's this?
Eldrin. I am but a knight, of course. I've only learned what I have learned from listening to the rabblings of other wizards around me and vampires now. But his question is valid. You wish to turn him to vampires. And you wished to do something that you could indeed have done a long time ago. So the question indeed is valid. You seek out this crystal from Relic. Must it be that crystal? Why do you need them to turn?
Yeah, I'm sorry. And again, I feel like I'm playing cards and I don't have. You could see my hand, right? So I'm literally asking for courtesy. I'm asking for honesty. The same honesty I gave you. I feel like you're not telling me the whole story, or any of us. I feel, Mr. Bardot, that there is something else that you need, or something else that you can't do that you need us for. And if you're asking us to willingly take this step with you, a step that, from what I understand it, once I take, I won't have the option to question you if you don't see the need for it.
You see that all of a sudden you see the door open up, and you see Arcane walk in, and it's somebody of the vampires like trying to stop him. And he's like, "Leave me be. I am sorry, my lord, but I have been eavesdropping and listening to this conversation, and I feel that you should be honest with them. They are your friends, and I feel responsible for sending them into the Blood Rift. If you allow me, I will tell them the truth. But if you deny me, I will leave this room. But at least you will make the decision."
Well, Arcane, allow me to apologize. I should have left you here in the room with us. You had every right to be here. And Robin, you're right. You've been very candid with me. And I tried to be as open as possible with you, but you're right. You deserve the whole story. Arcane, please.
The vampires are in control now. This is obvious. We could be the most powerful things in the world. Findelar did not want this. But I stayed behind and I became a vampire because I felt it was the best that I could do. Now I have bloodlust and have done things I thought I would never do. The vampires don't want to lose control. You're here and you see this world as something very strange to you, and that is obvious. But there's a truth that is not being revealed here. The truth is that all of you in your form, which I have found when I studied, first with Lord Eldrin, and then later on with Vigorish and many others. And I've come to a conclusion, which is one they are acting on now. And for you to be fair to know, if you do not know already, you have been enchanted by the Blood Rift. It is a sword of protection. You won't go mad, I believe, from everybody that I have treated over the years. You are protected. But not only that, your mission, if you do this, your mission, if you do this, would unravel everything for the Lords of Solst. See, Bardot will not say it. Bardot goes, he walks out, leaves the room. He waits for him to leave. Bardot will not say this, but if you go back in time and you undo everything, none of this will exist. If at any time now you make your way to the Obsidian Tower, which is now the Blood Tower of the Dark Majesty, you couldn't do this. But If you become a vampire, your enchantment will be removed. And if they kill Relic, take his crystal, the one that is tied to the Dark Majesty. That is it. There is no undoing it. So what they're not telling you, which they should have told you immediately, is that by giving up your very mortality, you do give up the choice. That's all I have to say. At least now the truth is out. He leaves the room.
Arkham. I whisper to him. Just keep Mr. Bardot out of the room. At least for a few more minutes.
He leaves. Very uncomfortable with what you said. He leaves.
You guys came here with a mission, right?
You know it?
You still have the coin?
We do.
None of them have. You guys don't have
who
the
has
coin. Bardot has the coin.
Bordeaux has a coin.
I didn't know that.
In character, you would have forgotten. You could have forgotten.
Why? We don't.
Who has it? The whole time?
Unless he used it for something. Let me ask.
Your mentor is sure saving it for the right opportunity. Lord Vigorish.
Vigor.
Was that Eldarin?
Yeah. So the only NPC with you now is Lord Eldarin. Everybody else has left the room.
Not
Oh,
Headley?
no,
No,
Headley's not here. Maya's not here.
They're down.
Oh, right. They're downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Arkham you just sent out, and
Right. You asked him to keep Bardot out.
and Bardo is outside. Yeah. So just Lord Eldarin.
The-
And Lord Eldarin is very stiff, very uncomfortable, very upset. He's got through a lot of emotions here. He's just kind of listening. He's always been like an outcast. He's the only one who's been changed by Helifix, and the only one that kind of exists as an outcast, even though he's one of them. In some senses, he's extremely powerful because Helifix, it was very powerful, and therefore that the bloodline passed to him. So he is considered very dangerous to the other vampires, and they all wonder if he still has some sort of paladin abilities, which he says he does not. That's kind of the thing, that the feelings that are around about Lord Eldarin. But yes, he stands there in some sort of inner turmoil the whole time. You can continue. Charles Morrison says, "Have you forgot that Bardot can see different timelines?"
No, Charles, I didn't. Yeah, you have to kind of, whatever. Yeah, you have to kind of play the game like he knows everything you're going to say and everything that you said, like he has that info. But whatever. Anyway, Lord Vigorish. You are Lord of the city now. There's an opportunity for you to be much more than that. But there's an opportunity to save the world that we would be giving up. The world, not the city. Look at the sky. Look at the snow is filled with blood. You're really okay with throwing that opportunity away. That opportunity to undo this devastation to the planet. From what I understand, the very soul of the planet is dead. Like the planet is a husk controlled by Dragano. As I said before, and I say it again, I don't have. All right.
Listen. You've learned a lot. I know it's tempting for you to come back to your home, see it like this, and just want to wander off and fix it all. But the fact is, Arcanum is in the same headspace that you're in. He's still trying to protect a place that's long gone. Like I said, I know you're being given the impression that you don't have a choice here.
I do have that impression. So
I'm giving you the choice to be saved willingly.
And the other option is to be saved unwillingly.
There's always a third option. Right? You know what? If you can save me, I will take that option. I will take that option. All right? You can do it. I'll take it.
Kadak.
Well, certainly we don't all need to. Be
Yeah,
one of the three.
I think
Agree?
if Vigorish has the opportunity to do as he says, I think you should take him up on it. I may be wrong, but I think you should.
The doors burst open, and you see Arcanum give you a look like it couldn't stop him. And you see Bardot walk in. Sorry, I was not myself before. A trying time, indeed.
I imagine it's quite stressful for you, Mr. Bardot.
Indeed.
Mr. Bardot, you know my friends here, overwhelmed with everything they're seeing here. I told them that they have the opportunity to make the decision for themselves, to be saved.
Vigorish. We know that they cannot make the decision for themselves. It's nice words. It makes you feel happy and comfortable inside. But for us to ensure our society, you must turn. There is no choice.
Put it like that. Who needs to feel happy inside?
Lord Eldrin says, you don't have to do this. Let them go.
Who says this?
Lord Eldrin. Let them go on their way. They're displaced through time. Send them back if you could. Or let them go somewhere and live their days out. Don't turn them into what we've become. Lord Eldrin, dramatic as always. So you have heard the truth. That you, in your current states, are a risk to our entire population. Would you put our population at risk? You are aspiring heroes, if I remember correctly. Here's your chance to be a hero. You can save everyone just by joining us. And then we can all go kill Relic, the rogue, Crystalborn together. And the world is ours. Remember, as a vampire, there is no aging. You become powerful. Why would you not want this?
The people in those streets scurry like rats over the bones of the dead.
You're looking at those who did not evolve. Yes. That is what evolution looks like from the other side.
Question. Do I have any idea where the coin is?
No.
No.
Just like whatever you know mean, you know more than you know now, but your question was valid. You obviously forgot about the coin.
Okay.
All right. Can you give us? I know you gave us some time to eat, think, and there's nowhere for us to go. If we left this tower, we'd be dead in minutes. You give us a night, a last night as this before we are saved to something different, just so that we can, I don't know, make whatever peace with whatever we had before. Our souls and our bodies are separated in this new, more perfect form. Is that an appropriate thing to ask for?
It's fine by me. Enjoy your last day as a primitive species.
Thank you, I guess. Thank you. All right. Maybe we'll see the sunrise, the red, purple sky, one last time.
Lord Eldrin, you will travel with them, I suppose, to protect them, let them know that the lords of Solst are theirs.
I have one request then. Wallace, my family servant, can he be allowed to travel with us, but not be turned? He can be under our protection.
I do enjoy Wallace. I would wish to not lose him. He's become sort of a pet for me.
Well then, the deal is off.
I suppose it's up to you, Lord Vigrish. This man makes hard deals.
Wallace can spend the night with you.
There's the Vigorish that I have mentored for many years.
All right. Well,
Go. Walk around the city if you will. See what you will.
thank you. Thank you, my lords.
You guys walk out. Eldarin follows you. Doors close. It's just you and Bardell.
You're always so forceful.
Me?
Yeah.
There are many who wish to be ruled, who need to be ruled.
I know.
But they do not know.
Do you think you're going to get Caddick to do anything by force?
Caddick wishes to be a knight. But inside his heart is made of nothing solid. So he will shed it.
I don't know.
He is all talk.
Well, I mean, you and I always disagreed about Caddick. And, I think fundamentally we've disagreed about a lot of this stuff too.
I believe Caddick could grow into the man that he wants to be, but is he there now? Look, he's a knight. He's given in to us already. He has succumbed to our will. Does it sound like his father? There is his father, a formidable adversary. And then there is Caddick, a shadow of the mere man.
Listen. When we get...
He's gonna jump at you for real.
Rob's gonna stab me in the parking lot.
Listen. I know how we do things here. But I believed what I told him.
I know you did. That's why you make such a good leader.
That's why we make
And me,
good...
such a poor leader.
Okay. I think that's why we work well together, Mr. Bardot.
Yes. Indeed. So, let us retire perhaps, and tomorrow we will gain several new vampires to our cause. And we will get rid of the threat of undoing all the hard work that we did to create this kingdom.
Yeah?
Good night to you.
Night.
He leaves. What do you do for the rest of the night? You actually look outside. You just kind of mulling around, and you see them walking about, and Lord Eldrin's walking with them. And other vampires walk up kind of close, but they don't get too close. Lord Eldrin says something, motions to them. They kind of keep away.
Do I know what he's talking about?
Bardot?
Yeah.
If you were paying attention for the last half hour, you might. It's great that you don't. You can go catch him in the hall if you want.
Wait, do you not know what he said? He's saying what we were told, right? And that's what he's referring. Sorry.
You can tell about a game. Go ahead.
Did
tell
I
me.
mishear you or something?
I don't know.
Maybe you misheard. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you.
You can have an out of game moment
Right,
for explanation.
he's Bardot is saying, "Hey, tomorrow morning we're going to turn them into vampires, and then all the threat to our existence is no longer." That's what he just said to you.
Yeah.
Did I thought I heard you say tomorrow we will undo all the work.
No.
You misheard him.
Misheard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
doesn't
I was like,
want
wait,
it.
we're all like,
He doesn't
why did
want
you
that.
Just chalk it up to that.
You want to give them a coin?
You clearly misheard him.
It's not what he
The
wants.
Wait, Adam, just remember, and like I'm trying to remember this. Like, Bardot is bad. like you need all the kind words. Like he's bad.
2,500 stars from Ryan Milliner. One reroll for everyone, even me.
Yay!
Also, Tim Shanks gave his reroll to Scro.
Oh, awesome.
Hey,
Thank you, Tim.
And Derek Luxon gave me a reroll. Rob, if you could write that down.
All right.
Deluxe.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Deluxe.
Oh man, that's the best nickname.
All right, I got it. I gotta figure something out.
Todd wants to know if they do sleep in coffins. They do. There's a very interesting fact
a
that
good
everyone knows
question.
about vampires, and I can share with the audience because everyone here knows it already, that when a vampire sleeps, they cannot wake up. There's no disturbing a vampire. You can slap in the face, punch them, everything else, pull the lid off the coffin, and they're not going to wake up. If they have to sleep for 4 hours, they don't wake up until 4 hours, which is why it's very important for vampires to have very trustworthy guardians. And if a vampire doesn't feed, the sleep gets longer and longer. To eventually a point where they're just sleeping forever. Somebody would have to walk over to it and actually give them the blood to start bringing it back. You can kill them by taking their head off, to kill them, to stop them, but the heart is really the problem. The head does solve the problem in different ways.
Right. Hard to bite without a head.
Heart. Yes.
Yes.
So
I just got the name of this episode.
Oh, you. I don't want to give anything away, but
all right. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I just have
yeah.
an out of game question. How well what's the word I'm looking for? Like how well does Bardot
Trust you?
know? No.
Oh.
How much does he know about like what's being said throughout the fortress?
You think that he knows pretty much everything.
What about outside?
Yep. So Bardot has, you don't know his exact powers, but you know that he has a lot of control over time. He basically, I've described to you in the past, that he can see time coming at him different ways and choose where he wants to be and how he wants to react to a point. I mentioned he does have a great weakness, but no one's even come across that at all. But through the vampires that he has created, it's almost like having a radar everywhere. He can sense through them what's going on. So when you talk to Arcane got very uncomfortable because Arcane was made by him. So he just kind of didn't know what to do. He chose better to say nothing, try to think nothing, and just walk out. So when you saw Bardot come back in the room, you inherently know that he knows,
Sure.
which is fine with you, right?
But it's fine with me.
Yeah, it's great.
So he
Well,
knows, but I know that he knows that I only said that to everyone so I could gain their trust.
It's up to you to think that. I don't know. Who made you?
Mr. Bardot.
Okay. So whatever you think is what you think.
well, we don't know what's inside Dan's.
You don't.
Right.
Dan is an X factor here.
That's right. And I can say, if that was a tactic, that worked very well on me. As soon as I got a sense that, like...
And if it wasn't a tactic, that means that Bardo knows.
Wait, now I'm confused. No, just kidding. I was with you the whole time.
What if
now I'm like, what?
If he's trying to deceive Bardo knows. And if it was, unless it was a tactic
Right.
Against them,
Right.
then there's
Okay.
no problem.
Yeah, I got you.
Right. What if it was a tactic, but now it's not a tactic?
Charles Morrison, if you want to give your reroll to Scroll, you can. So I'm assuming that you want to. So reroll to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Charles.
Re-scroll.
Yeah.
Scree roll.
Reroll. So
Re-roll?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not. It's worse, but it sounds better.
we're gonna go outside right now. You guys are walking.
Scroll.
You guys are going for a scroll through the snow outside. Bazinga. And you guys are just walking through the city. You are above, looking down upon them, thinking about the words that Bardo might have said, and you realize, no, I just misheard. And whatever you guys want to do, you can roleplay.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to start off by saying I get the sense that listen to what we were told, right? We were told that Mr. Bardo, that if a vampire makes you, he can compel you and see inside your mind.
Right.
Right? Who made everybody here but your father, Lord Eldrin. Right?
Right.
So let's just assume, wherever we are, whatever we say, we are being heard.
Makes sense.
All right? We're all on board with that?
I understand.
So if we want to say bad things about Mr. Bardo, we should assume that he is going to hear them.
Right, but we would never do that.
Well, he was doing it non-stop, but...
You have been
I
given.
knew he could hear.
You have been given a night to live your last
Why?
day. I would usher you to leave this place.
Yeah. That is...
They will hunt you immediately. But I will do what I can to get out of here.
The sheep.
Do not give up your chance to save the world and to right what this is. This existence, whether it erases or not, should not happen.
I agree.
I know nothing of time travel and such things. I know the Celestial War. During the Celestial War, the heroes did such a thing, and I don't understand it. I don't pretend to. But I do say this. If you travel through time and you can undo it, I do not want to live this existence.
No one should.
I would urge you to do that. And if not, you don't want to do that, fine. Go live somewhere else. Don't do that. But don't become one of these creatures. I will not watch my son, a knight, become an abomination.
I don't think he has any desire to do that.
Then leave here.
Can you get us out?
But you can try.
Oh, but Maya and Headley.
I don't know. I'm not gonna go back.
Maybe we should go back.
There's no way out of there except the way we came in. I mean, whatever. We have the night free. I guess we could go.
The only way you can, if you were to go down and get your friends, we'd have to go into the dark. I do not think that is wise.
No, I wouldn't want to go into the dark before the world was,
So,
destroyed.
could you get, if we were to leave, could you get word to them, help them somehow?
I will make my way to them and try to ferry them out. Who will be there?
Yeah. Maya,
The little blue Seth
you have met
Yes.
and Headley, one of our knights of Oakfrost.
Headley.
Lord Headley.
Oh, Devonshire.
Yeah,
Yes.
He was with you.
he was.
Yes, he was training for the army.
Interesting. Well, I will see that they are safe, and perhaps they can bring you to agree on a rendezvous point. There is the fortress. It is... I've never been there myself, but it is west of here.
The one that the Red Knight we took?
Yes. You could make your way there.
I saw some maps. You try.
It's easy. Just follow the land. Just keep the water to your right or to your left, and at the very end will be the fortress.
Well, we're not going to turn around. It's just follow them.
If you turn around, yes. I hope that you are.
Keep souls to our backs. And keep the water.
Knowing that my son knows navigation, I suppose you will understand to just follow a coast.
Of course. So we should sprint now?
No,
Okay.
no.
Slip out in the night, undercover.
What time is it?
It's probably early evening.
I thought these things slept during the day. Sorry. Alright, let's can you get us as close to the edge of the city as possible?
Yes, there are many gaps in the city now. Nothing was repaired from the war.
Of course not.
So what will you do if you escape?
We'll do our best. Alright.
Whatever you do, live your life to the fullest. Whether it is here or somewhere else. Do not become one of these creatures.
I would say, Lord Eldrin, that you raised your son right. I will leave that, but I think you can trust in that.
Kadek, I'm sorry you have to see me like this. And this may be the last time you see me.
I thought that time had passed long ago, but to see you again now. Well, farewell, Father. It is good to see that even among all these vampires, there are still some who have honor.
Thank you for saying that. Make your way to the marketplace. There, in the walls, in the western walls, there are many small areas to get out. When you do get out, make for the tree line, quickly. That is it. Head west, until you cannot head west anymore. But I do not know we'll be at the fortress. I do not know what you will do after this. At least I can help you and make sure that you get out. And I will guide your friends to the same area.
Thank you. That's all we can ask.
If anyone gives you any other message from me, the vampires are very tricky. They can change their form and will. Know that I will not meet you in the future. I will not follow you. It will not be me if you see something. Be careful.
All right.
All right.
He puts his arm on you. I love you, my son. I am proud of you. Continue to make me proud.
I will. Goodbye, Father.
He walks off. You suddenly get the realization that you have no guardian.
I run right to the marketplace. As soon as he turns around.
Okay.
Let's go.
You run to the marketplace. Here's what we're going to do right now, guys. You're going to roll a d20. This roll is going to get worse and worse. If you roll a 1, you encounter a vampire. Then, I'm going to roll a 1d20 and establish the level of that vampire. This is just how life works. It's random.
All right.
Okay.
So the three of you, please roll. And you know what? Because we have a vampire lord here, you're going to roll as well.
Who am I rolling for?
You're just rolling for the chance of a vampire to
Just
come.
an encounter
For
check?
the chance for
Yes.
us to die. That's what we're rolling for.
All right. I guess I'll go.
I'll even allow you, if you want, to make it up to 3 numbers lower. You can, by choice. You simply only have to declare it.
What do you mean? Say it again?
So I'm going to say right now, if anybody rolls a 1, a vampire is going to appear. If you roll any number, you want to make it 3 numbers lower to make it qualify, you can. You're a vampire lord, after all.
You push a vampire in our way a little bit. All right.
Everyone, please go around a table. Let's roll.
No.
19.
That is a 15.
17.
The best rolls I've ever seen.
16.
Jesus. 16, 17, 18, 19, is that what it was?
Wow.
Wow.
You guys immediately make your way into the alleys. Apparently, you know these alleys like the back of your hand. And you guys...
Makes
Which makes sense?
To me, yeah.
So you guys scurry around, make your way into the marketplace. All of a sudden, you're in the marketplace, and there's just bodies on the floor. And you see all the way across, you see as a vampire eating some kind of person on the floor, like feeding. But they're very far away. You're now going to roll again. A 1 or a 2 invites a vampire into you.
Great.
Let's start with Davian.
All right. 13.
16.
12.
17.
Jesus.
We do not want to see any of them.
Yes. You guys make your way all the way through the marketplace. You get to the ends, and you're at the outer walls, and you see these crates are spilled over, things like that. People have gone through these crates for food. There's actually weapons and items that just all just put out and just
Any
hanging
armor
out.
around?
There is armor.
And a shield.
There is.
I grabbed some armor.
It's actually all the good stuff from the Queen's area. So this would all be stuff that was
really
been traded.
need armor.
What kind of armor do you need?
Any kind. I have none. I need
Well,
armor.
there's everything. So just say
All
what you
right,
want.
yeah, like I don't know, like I guess like a chainmail
Okay.
kind of shirt and
You take
stuff.
chainmail.
I grab a medium shield.
Grab a medium shield.
Yeah. So what, is it okay? Is it
There's-
just chest or can I find like is it how much could I get?
You can get a piece for everything, for like greaves, the bracers.
Great.
You get the whole thing. They'll all be basically chain or some kind of red steel.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That's right. I filled it. So I can get bracer equipment and stuff too? Helmet?
Yes.
Legs?
Now,
Helm.
before you begin,
I'll be like, let's go.
How quickly
I
we just
know,
forgot about the
I know.
vampires.
I
We're like
know.
3 items.
I know.
so
but
what you're gonna do
I've been
right now?
dying-
Scale in that barrel.
I've been dying to
So-
get some armor
Hey,
for
Dash,
weeks.
what's over there?
No.
Throw it.
Quick as possible.
so what you guys do?
Grab a shield.
What's the first thing you grab?
chest.
Chest.
A shield.
A shield. Okay, now you guys are there role playing. For every item you want to risk picking up is metal, metallic, noisy items. You're gonna roll a d20, and just at this level, don't roll a 1 or a 2. Pretty good odds, I would say.
Pretty good.
Pretty good odds. Odds you may want to take.
Excellent.
Man.
Be a fool not
If you're at the casino,
I would take it.
I would take
You
it.
have to take those odds.
Okay.
So,
I
right
pick
now-
up the shield.
Okay, you got the shield, you got your
Chest,
chainmail,
Chest chainmail. Yeah.
and what do you want to do? And you can role play at the same time.
All right.
Going for another pick.
Okay, so you go back. You go.
I am.
Okay,
Leaving.
I'm happy.
Okay.
I just wanted the shield.
So you have to make
I'm
a,
leaving.
you have to make a roll.
You've got it.
Don't roll a 4 or below.
19.
Okay. So Tom, Robin is out, goes through the wall, and you see him sprinting when he runs off into the
follow him.
forest. You're not looking for
I'm one
stuff?
shield behind him. However long that takes.
Okay, so you take a shield and you look over and you see other stuff that you even believe. I'm gonna roll for it. I'm gonna roll for it. Look, what did I roll?
A 20.
At 20. That you saying so quietly. I was gonna say, so you see something magical if I roll very high.
Oh.
Oh man.
But it's not next to you. You'll have to go for it.
It's got like that rainbow shimmer to it.
It does have a shimmer to it.
Very shimmery.
You know from your sword that there's an arcane aura to it of some
I
side.
really wanted to go back to my,
Okay.
my old.
I'm going
stomping
after the
grounds,
shimmering
my
thing.
old house.
It's gonna be me in the woods.
And to you. Welcome back to Tom in the Woods.
I'm gonna go do riddles in the dark. I'm over here by myself.
Yes.
I'm
Tom in
definitely
the
going.
woods.
Tom in the Woods. Welcome back. I'm Tom in the Woods, and I'm running for my life.
I'm definitely gonna go for another piece. I'm gonna
Okay.
Try another piece of chainmail.
I'm going to roll for you to see if you see something magical as well.
No! What?
I rolled two natural 20s.
That's Teresa's D20, isn't
Yes.
it?
Wow.
Awesome.
Oh my
All right,
God.
I'm going for it.
Oh man.
This is a great trip.
Wow. Two
All
natural
right.
20s.
Making the roll. Here we go. A 1.
Oh!
Reroll.
We have rerolls. Okay?
I will reroll. I will reroll.
Oh my
What is it now? Is it 4 below, 2 below?
Relax.
3 below.
3.
3 below. 1, 2,
Yeah,
3.
you can-
You can lower a number by 3 if you want.
Can't re-roll this one now.
No, we
No.
can't.
He can affect my rolls?
Fact Eddie rolls. That's
Oh gosh.
Oh, really? I thought it was just on his. Oh.
Super power.
Okay. 20 natural.
Oh, baby!
And while he's doing that, he just
What
like,
is happening in this room right now?
does he just like flip me my item too while he's
All right.
based on that?
You run over. What item do you grab?
The magical piece of armor?
Say I'm letting you say what kind of item it is.
Magical armor that it's gonna be I think I want to go for
Just tell me the type of item it is.
we'll do bracers.
Bracers. You find bracers. You can tell they're magical, but the arcane area. Maybe it's enchanted. Like normally it wouldn't be. For some reason, you can see the magic on these items in this new world, and it's because the world perhaps is one with physical and thought and arcane and such. So that is what you're thinking.
I too walk to the magical item.
You walk. It's going to be worse then.
Very
I'm just kidding.
carefully.
Just kidding. Okay.
16.
16. You pick up what?
A helm, a magical helm.
Okay, you pick up a magical helm. So now, if you want, you can roll again. You see other items nearby.
I'm out.
No, really? Oh, you're not gonna.
You
tell
see,
us?
you see another.
Oh, we see other magical items.
You see other items. What do you want to do?
I'm out. Follow.
You sure?
To the long.
I'm gonna do a six. I'm gonna give you.
Robin.
I'm gonna give you 6 seconds to think about it, and then it's gonna be off the table, and you'll be out. 6, 5,
I'm gone.
4, 3,
Both of us, or just
2. Just him.
I'm gone.
1. You run out. Roll 1d20.
7.
I looked over at Dan. Dan went like, he's like, no.
He's like, he's waiting for me to. He's waiting on the reroll, but.
I couldn't anyway.
You could have brought it down to a 4.
but
It's
want
3
to.
or below, I thought.
You could lower it by 3.
right? Which
Yeah.
would then have been 4.
Yeah. No. What was your roll? Yeah. You could now up to a 4, right?
Yeah, I think it was
It's 4. Yeah.
Oh,
to get out. To get out.
It looks like you're not doing it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Do you want to go for an item?
Yes, but no. So I'm not going to. I would like to, but
He's
I'm
gonna
not
keep
going to
asking
do that.
Tony.
I'm going to leave.
I feel like I've done
Cat.
pretty well.
Okay.
Yes, even though I'd love to stay, but
Don't roll. Love to stay.
There's
Some
love to stay,
there's
but-
some nice
Literally,
items.
just
I'm sure there is.
For
I know.
real, think
I
how
know.
often there are magical items in this quest.
I know, just like lying around. I know.
And all you gotta do is don't roll 1 through 4.
I know, it's
They
amazing.
really look nice.
They look awesome.
That's out of it.
Tony's point.
But-
right, if you were in Atlantic City this weekend,
Right.
Right, and you know what? If I was gambling and I just won a magical piece of armor like I just did, I'd be
walk
like,
away.
I'm good. I'm walking away. So that's
Angela
what I'm
says,
gonna
"Be
do.
greedy."
Oh, not this time.
I mean,
Charles
if you
wants to
had,
know
like,
what Backbiter is also.
Yeah, that was. I really wanted to get back to my place, but
17 years of
didn't happen. It's well hidden. It's definitely where I left it in my old hidey hole. Like I would bet. I mean, that's what my character's.
I'm gonna give you a final 6 seconds.
Dash
And you,
is thinking that it's where he left it hidden in his place, but I didn't get to go there, so unfortunately,
I'm gonna give you guys a final 6 seconds.
I am
6,
leaving with
5.
Kevik.
Okay.
I'm going.
Just don't roll a 4 or below.
5.
Dan, anything you want to do?
No,
Anything you want to say?
no,
He's a kindly vampire.
no.
Okay. You guys run. You run to the forest. You don't see Robin.
Robin.
he gone.
Robin. Do you see him?
You guys walk around the forest looking for Robin, looking for...
No, follow the
Okay,
coast.
we'll go
You
to the
gotta-
fortress.
You gotta go
Oh, Robin won't last in these wild by himself.
Can't be that much ahead of us.
Yes, you're right. We'll walk very quickly and catch up with him. We'll walk quickly to try and catch up.
Okay. You guys walk quickly trying to find Robin. You come out to a small clearing. Robin's there.
Okay.
That's where we stop what he does.